Alright folks, what's happening? What is the crack? How are we getting on? So, you've probably just seen there my basically my morning routine in a nutshell. Get up, weigh myself, do vacuums, brush my teeth, which I didn't record, and then go downstairs, then fill my morning hydration up. So it's Perform electrolytes, then it is the glutathione, which is brilliant just to keep like colds and stuff away. It's a brilliant antioxidant for your body. So if you're going through a severe training block or an intense training block, it's very good because it's a good antioxidant. Like, so I find it for me anyway. I don't really get sick on it, and it could be placebo effect, I don't know, but I don't feel like I get sick on it at all, to be honest. And then the other part of that was just creatine, so that's what I put in my morning drink, which is just sitting in front of me now. I usually drink that whilst I'm on here, and then I just take all my subs. So I don't think you can see them. I started rewatching the video back there. I don't think you can actually see them, but I'll go through them now just to like list them off. So psyllium husk, fiber intake, very good for managing lipids as well. But again, just good for digestion overall as well. So then we have krill oil and omega-3s, again just brilliant for managing lipids as well, HDL, LDL, cholesterol. Then you have Love Heart by Trained by JP. Just again, a few ingredients in there just to support lipid control. Because I know lipids for me is always something that's, cholesterol it's always not bad, but it's not great either. So it's always good to have wee things in there that will benefit me in that sense. And then what else is there? There's that many fucking things there. Krill oil, omegas, psyllium husk, and then red yeast rice. Again, same thing. Yeast, rice, do you know what I mean? I was actually learning about this yesterday as part of digestion. It's a type of fiber, but it's a resistance, yeah. You get resistant starches, but you get resistant yeast as well, which are brilliant for digestion in your large intestine. So that's in there. Just trying to think now what's in the other basket, because I have two baskets, you see. Vitamin D3 obviously, and K2, again you need that in there, and just in general you need that in there. I've stopped taking vitamin C just because vitamin C is water soluble, obviously. B and C, water soluble. A good way of remembering that, actually, if you want to know what vitamins are water soluble and fat soluble: B and C, boat and sea. Alright, so like boat, and you're in the sea, you're on top of the sea in the boat. Obviously, what's the sea made of? Water. So B and C are water soluble vitamins, the rest are fat soluble. I think I'm correct in saying that. So it's just an easy way of remembering it. So don't take C anymore because it actually aids the see, I have high iron at the minute. Last time I got my brother's done, and vitamin C aids the absorption, or increases just the iron levels in general, vitamin B12 levels. I think I'm right in saying that, which are already high. So I was like, if I just keep taking vitamin C, it's just going to make them even higher. So drop that out. What else is there now? And then all the other extra subs, obviously. So they're in there, but telmisartan and Pereiron and stuff like that there. But I think is that everything? I feel like there's more there, but I've just probably forgot. Because it feels like when you're taking them out in the morning, as you've seen, it was a good solid five minutes just taking things out of fucking bottles, like. So that's the way it is. So that's basically the morning routine. The only thing you missed was I stuck on bake medallions for the breakfast, so they cook while I'm usually on this. Now I know I have to take Rebecca's checking pictures now in a wee second, so you might actually get a video of that, because we usually just do them in the dark and then the flash is on, so you might just see wee flash. I take mine tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Tuesday morning is usually when I do mine, but might do them tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. So that's basically that, folks. So yeah, second week of prep. I'm training legs today, so that's going to be exciting. The only thing I'm sort of thinking about with this session is the leg extension. So the leg extension is a brilliant leg extension. It's a Cybex leg extension, but the only thing with it is that the foot pad twists, which it's not meant to. It's just wear and tear of the machine, which is fair enough. But what I'm finding is my right leg's getting a lot more stimulus than my left leg, and my knees are also hurting on it as well, which my knees have never really hurt on a leg extension. So it's always worrying when that's happening. So I'm thinking about doing it single leg today to try it out, see how it goes, see if it's, you know, if it's doable, and see how it feels. If it feels good, then I'll just stick with that. If it doesn't, I'll just use double leg. So we'll try that out today. So I'm excited for legs. I'm fucking excited for legs. But before legs, we are going to obviously do a bit of work this morning. Get back to clients, because it's, I don't know what time it is to be honest, it's 5:45 maybe or something. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, me and Rebecca's going for coffee now soon, so go for coffee and at 6. So we'll probably just, there's nowhere open on a Sunday at 6, like, well, not many places, there's only a few places. So Starbucks down the road is 24 hour, Tim Hortons opens at 6 every morning, I think, and you can actually sit in there. Starbucks is 24 hour drive-through, so you can't actually sit in there. So I usually go to Tim Hortons to sit in, which is nice because it's always dead at that time of morning anyway. So that's basically the morning planned out. So yeah, obviously I will try and keep you updated as we go through this day as much as possible, and you can follow along for week 2. So week 2 prep, actually I'll probably just chat about that now right in here, but week 2 prep's been sweet. Obviously I've been hungry in bits and bobs, and I was actually looking at it last night, and I haven't looked at it all night. I've just switched the brain off, like, you know what I mean, and I haven't really been paying attention to my weights and stuff. But I dropped last night again, but it wasn't by much, like by 0.2 or something. But overall, from Tuesday until today, which is 5 days, I've dropped, like, if you take 0.2 into consideration last night, it's nearly the guts of 2 kilo. So when you think about it, that's a lot of weight in fucking 1 week, I tell you that much, like, it is. So that's I think it's one, last time I checked, last night it was 1.5 kilo. And now obviously if I've dropped 0.2, it's 1.7. So that's a lot of weight, and we still have another today, tomorrow to go of this week. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? So Wardy was like, which is understandable, and this is the way I would approach it with clients as well, is that, you know, out of the gate, it's almost like you're landing a plane, right? If you imagine this plane is up here and it's coming down like that, right? No, yeah, am I doing that right? No, sorry, yes. What you want to do is you want to land this plane. I've got their analogy wrong. So you're just landing it nice and smoothly like this, right? So you're coming down fairly fast, but then you're leveling off, because obviously you have to land that plane. Whereas what a lot of people do, or what they can do in a fat loss phase or in a prep, for example, is that where they go wrong is they're just, for the first half of the prep, they're sort of fannying about. So they're like, dropped a pound this week, happy days, we'll keep going. Dropped another pound, happy days, we'll keep going. And then they get to like 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out, or, you know, and that's not just from a competition, it's from maybe a holiday or something. And they're like, fuck, I have 6 weeks left. And then they're really pushing it for the last 6 weeks. So it's almost like what we want our analogy to look like is like this, just a nice, calm, gentle decrease, like fast at the start, but then it starts to level off. So the reason it starts to level off, because obviously we're not going to have as much energy towards the back end of it. So, you know, by that stage you want to have 95% of the work done and the fat lost. So, you know, that's the way you want to approach it. Whereas what most people will do is they'll they'll just fly along, losing a pound. And then they get 6 weeks out, and they're like, right, let's fucking go. Do you know what I mean? And then they end up feeling like shit towards the back end of it. So it's just something to note. And with regards to that, that is why. Or that's like the different analogies of just coming down very, very fast to start and then just land the plane smoothly. Or you can just go straight across, and then bang. It's a good way of thinking about it. So yeah, me and Morley singing off the same hymn sheet here. We push hard, like 2 kilo. That comes off this week, I'll be buzzing. That will put us down in the 88s. Yeah, if we keep going, if we keep trying, I'm currently 89.2 or something. So we'll keep going down into the 88s and see what the crack is there. And we'll just keep pushing. I reckon, to be honest, if I was on stage at like, genuinely if I was on stage at like 80, 81, I'd be buzzing, because the last time I got lean, and this isn't even shredded, like the last time I got the leanest I ever was, in 2023, I believe. The lowest weight I hit that time was 78.5 or something. And I didn't have heel glutes at that point. So probably another 6 weeks out, do you know what I mean? So if I'm going on stage at 80, 81, that would tell me I put on like 2 or 3 kg of muscle, like, which I'd be buzzing about, obviously. So hopefully that's the case, if not bigger, obviously, hopefully. I don't know, but again, like, scale weight means nothing. It's just a guide, do you know what I mean? But that would be cool to see, do you know, if I was 78.5 and I wasn't even peeled, if I could reach 80 peeled or 81 peeled, that'd be buzzing. So, I think it's checking picture time. Checking picture time? Is it? Huh? Yeah, right. Checking picture time. Christmas tree is down, folks.
What the hell?
Right, folks, so coffee's got, I'm actually wired off that coffee. Yeah, feel like I'm fucking coming up here. So, coffee was good. Now the breakfast is in front of me, so I'll show you that now in a second. So, it's, as I said before, in the last vlog, it's 2 eggs, 200 egg whites, 2 bacon medallions, 2 sandwich tins, and a wee bit of veg in there. And I put cinnamon on the eggs too, so I'll show you. So that's it there. That is basically it. So meal 1, going down. So we've decided to do a clean out of the cupboard. That, you know, that cupboard that everyone has in their house that just everyone fucks everything into. So effectively, that's what it looks like. Let's see. So, a lot of work. Right, folks. So, meal 2, pre-workout. Obviously, I said I'm training legs today, so I'm gonna eat this and obviously go train legs. But obviously, we were clearing out that cupboard there. Obviously, everyone knows they have a cupboard like that in the house where just everything just gets fucked into it, like literally everything. There was hoovers in there. There was mop buckets in there. There was just boxes of makeup. Obviously, not for me. That we'd just thrown into boxes to move house when we moved here, and it just hasn't been sorted out since. And that was 4 months ago. We moved in September, yeah, so like 3-4 months ago. So it's like one of them cupboards where you open the door and you're feared, like, in case everything just starts falling out at you, like. So got that cleared up near enough, and then obviously Rebecca has like a million things to like sort out. So I didn't have that much to sort out, to be honest. It was basically just me instigating and initiating the cleanup of the cupboard. So now that's sorted, I just cleaned the kitchen and stuff. So pre-workout meal's gonna go in now. So I haven't really been on my phone or anything for like an hour or 2 hours. So I'm just gonna get dove into like maybe messages and a few bits and bobs that I have to do today. And then obviously it's training time, so I'll bring you along. Obviously I'll record a few clips and stuff from that, but I won't be doing like a walkthrough with the mics or anything today. But if you do want to see that, just let me know. Obviously in the next video, if you want to see like a training session or something, just let me know. But I think the vlogs, everyone just likes seeing vlogs and what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day basis. So what I will be doing today actually is putting more stuff up on Vinted for sale. There's lots of stuff selling actually, it's just flat out. I don't know, as I said to you before, I don't know if it's me has good style or I'm just selling too cheap. But either way, if you want to know what my Vinted is, just let me know. It's just down there, fit actually, just off the top of my head. But what was I going to say, so I'm just looking at things I have to do here, my to-do list. So it is content, plan the week, education, cardio, steps, coffee, which we went for this morning, and then message clients as well, because I message my clients every 2 days. So one thing I was going to say before I dive into this meal quickly was, obviously if you're interested in getting coaching, obviously give me a text, drop me a DM. Obviously with the new year, everyone has this mindset now where everyone's feeling motivated, which is good. But the one thing I'll say is you don't want this year to end up like last year and the year before and the year before and the year before and the year before. If you've tried to do this yourself in terms of dropping body fat or putting on muscle tissue, and you found yourself like falling back into the same habits and you don't know why it's happening, you're a bit confused as to why it's happening, you don't really want it to happen again. So what I would suggest is, with regards to moving into this new year, if you want to try it again yourself, by all means do. You know, I'm not forcing you to join coaching here. I'm just putting it out on the table that if you've tried it multiple times now and you're still in the same position, what's going to make this time different? That's the question I'd ask you. Because in reality, unless you've been educating yourself and, you know, towards the back end of last year, you were trying a few different things, and then now this is going to be the year because I've learned a lot from last year. Maybe that's a good way to go, but at the same time, it's like, I'll use this analogy of like, you could use any analogy, but the analogy I use is like, right, you're on a night out, you need a taxi home after the night out. You wouldn't just walk home. Say you live 3 hours away, it was a 3-hour walk or a 10-minute fucking, or a 20-minute, say, taxi drive. You wouldn't walk the 3 hours realistically, because you'd be dark, cold, and you'd be walking roads where you could probably get run over. Where in reality, what you could do is you could just ring a taxi, get a taxi, you'd get in the taxi, you'd be comfortable, you would be, you know, warm, safe, you'd get home safely, just for paying a wee bit of money. And it's just gonna make your life a hell of a lot easier. And you know what? You know for a fine fact you're actually gonna get home. Do you know what I mean? So with that being said, it's like, why waste another year of your time doing the same things instead of just going to someone who knows what they're doing, who has experience doing it with multiple people and knows the route, the plan, and the map to actually get you to where you want to be with whatever that is, i.e. body composition, improvements, increase in muscle mass, decrease in body fat, or just in general, just building a better lifestyle for yourself, whether it's getting out for one walk a day. Do you know what I mean? It's simple things like that. Sounds simple, but in reality, we all know it's difficult to actually implement, and you need a system in place to actually help you do that. And if you do not have that system, then you're just going to slip back into old habits. So yeah, that's one thing I will say. So if you want to drop me a DM on Instagram or put a comment under here or whatever, just let me know. But other than that, folks, I'm going to dive into this. And yes, I will probably catch you maybe on the route to the gym or at the gym. All right, folks. Yep. So that is the session done. You can probably hear my voice. I did a lot of roaring there. I usually do with legs, to be honest. That's just the way I train legs. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, post workout is usually just it's the same. It's just chicken, rice, and a square bar. That's the trip. Not much. Although like there is 100 grams of rice in there, so it's not like it's not like a tiny meal as of yet. Like it will get smaller, obviously. But for now, the square bar is even still in there as well. So like I'm loving that. Like but obviously that will come down. So that is the story there. Didn't have the chance to do cardio because I usually do it because it's 25 minutes. I usually do it after my training session. However, Rebecca was going to meet her friend, so you can see me a bit better here now. Rebecca was going to meet her friend, so basically we had to sort of rush back, and I'm going to do it later. So do a cardio later on, and I'll get stuck in now to the bits and bobs I have to do, basically. And then we can just go from there. So I'll keep you up to date. I'm actually only realising here that I didn't actually give you a breakdown of the leg day, because obviously I've got videos of it, so you will be able to see how it went down. But obviously I said in the intro video around the leg extension I was going to try it single leg, and I did. But I tried the new setup with the yoga blocks because I wasn't actually sure how to set that up effectively, because there's a hustler pad on that leg extension, which it's not the greatest, which I find doesn't really benefit me when I'm doing it. And then on top of that, yeah, the foot pad of that leg extension actually moves side to side when it's not meant to, which was, as I said, was sort of hurt my knees. So I tried a different approach with 2 yoga blocks this time. As Connell told me to give it a go, and I did, and it actually worked out well. It's just setting it up is a pain in the hole, but as he sort of said, it's more like just the more you do it, the easier it gets, the more you get used to doing it, sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna try that. I just keep that going, to be honest. So I don't really like chopping and changing what I'm doing. I just keep doing the same thing. And so I'm just going to stick with that, to be honest. If it starts giving me knee pain, then I'll change it, obviously. If something's causing me pain, change it. But today it felt smooth, it felt good. And the only thing about it was on that Cybex leg extension, the foot pad moves up and down. And there's no pin or nothing on it, it just slides up and down. You just pull it up and you just drop it down, and the fucking thing dropped on my finger. Talk about pain. I would say my fingers will be blue tomorrow, but that was sore. That was fucking sore. So that was the only ball ache about it, but the session itself was pretty good. That just sort of ruined the rhythm. I was in such a good rhythm with it until that point in the leg extension. But other than that, it was a pretty good session. I do feel fucked now, tired. Just doing steps. So I'm sort of behind on steps, and I have to go do cardio as well, as I said, because Rebecca had to shoot off. So I'm gonna do cardio now because she's just back. So we're just going to go straight to the gym, get that done, come back, and then that's it. Yeah. So that was basically the leg day today, as you can see from the videos themselves. I'll just add in the sets as they were into this video, and then we go from there. That's the story. Alright folks, so that is basically the day. Obviously, last time I was speaking to you, I was on the treadmill, I think, on the walk pad, and since then, really, because it was obviously late, I went and did my cardio, which I forgot to film. I'll get better at this. Yeah, or maybe I felt something from that, I don't know. But yeah, went and did my cardio, got back, got some food, and then I was on the phone to mum for a while. And then, what did I do? Got another meal. Fuck me, I was gonna say, actually, like, that was the first cardio session where I done the cardio session. I was like, fuck, got off it. I was like, I am fucked today, because obviously I did legs today, and I was getting tight. Like, I was getting it tight in the sense of just low energy. Just because obviously legs, as you know, will drain you and fuck you over. And then I did cardio after that, and I was like literally shaking for the next meal. Like, I was like that. I was like, fuck. But it's good, because I am sort of expecting a good drop tomorrow off the back of that. Well, you never know, because my legs might be holding information. So we'll see what way it goes. But yeah, earlier I was like, I'm definitely gonna drop tomorrow. In terms of scale weight is what I mean by that, and body fat. But I do feel like I am getting tighter. I do feel like that, so that's always a good thing. Always, if you feel like you're getting tighter, you probably are in some shape or form. How much that is, don't know, but we'll see what the weigh-in is tomorrow, and we will take it from there. Essentially, that's the story with that. Yeah, that's the story with that. Effectively, we'll just go from there. So yeah, that's basically it. That is literally basically it, folks. So I'm getting ready for bed now. Obviously, I finished The Secret, so I'm actually we have loads of books to read. So I was like, what one do I pick? And I went for Mel Robbins. All right, it's the Let Them theory, I think it's called. So I'm going to start that tonight. But other than that, folks, I'm just getting ready for bed. I'm going to bed, and that's basically that. So another vlog done. Week 2 of prep almost complete, and about to go into week 3 very, very soon. So that's basically it. So I'll keep these coming. For me, to be honest, they're just for me. Whoever watches them can watch them, but for me, they are like a library, like a diary of me doing my first bodybuilding prep, and that's the way it's going to be. So that's basically it, folks.